Hello everyone, welcome to Economicspedia. So today we are going to discuss something different but yet related to economics, that is the exam pattern of SEBI, Security and Exchange Board of India, for the year 2020. Okay, now we all know that SEBI or SEBI in short form we can say that. So SEBI has been one of the top official financial related exams in our country, and it's one of the reputed one as well. Now, one of the very important thing that the SEBI exam is that the exam pattern has been updated from this year. It has changed, and because of that, since it is one of the top class exams and one of the reputed exams of our country, so getting there, it is a kind of a difficult job. Why I said difficult? Because you have to know the nooks and corners of this exam. That is the exam pattern, the eligibility criteria, what is this syllabus. Now when we talk about SEBI or SEBI's syllabus, it creates a lot of doubts in our mind, in many of the aspirants' mind, that what is the syllabus exactly meaning to say. Okay, so because of that, because of this related queries we have received, so that is why this session is here for all of you to discuss the syllabus of SEBI in details and the eligibility criteria as well. Okay, I hope this video will be helpful to you. Kindly stay tuned to the end of the video, because at the end I'm going to discuss the syllabus, the whole pattern of the syllabus for phase 1, phase 2, etc. So kindly stay tuned to that, and let's move towards the pattern of examination. Okay, so starting with the SEBI Grade A pattern of examination. Now this pattern has changed from this year, as I've just mentioned. Now the exam pattern will be based on the nationwide exam, and the exam will be divided into 3 phases. Okay, so 3 phases the whole exam will be divided, and here the 3 phases will be phase 1, coming to that, phase 2, and the third one is the interview round. Okay, now in the phase 1 it is online screening. Phase 2 is again the online screening, and interview, it's a personal interview and you have to be present there physically. Alright, so these are the 3 broad phases unto which the exam pattern is conducted. Now, since I have just mentioned that the SEBI has changed its exam pattern, and that's why knowing of its syllabus and the exam pattern becomes very much important in order to appear for this exam. And also one more thing to understand, that the SEBI's pattern of examination is quite different from the rest of the exams. Like RBI Grade B TEPR is there is UGC NET, and there is civil service exams as well, and also we have Indian Economic Services. So this exam pattern of SEBI is quite different from all these. That is why it is very much important to understand the pattern of examination. Now moving to that. Okay, so starting with phase 1. In phase 1, you are going to face 2 papers, 100 marks each, that means total of 200 marks. 2 papers, 100 marks plus 100 marks. Okay, these are the 2 papers. Next, coming to phase 1, paper 1. Phase 1, paper 1, but it will be common for all streams. Okay, now why I am saying streams? Because we know that in SEBI there are various types of streams, and since we are only focusing on the subject economics, so the stream that will be available and that will be applicable for the economics student will be SEBI Grade A research stream. It will be Grade A research stream for the person or for the people or the aspirants from the economics background. Okay, So this paper 1 will be common for all streams, and in this paper 1 there will be subjects like general awareness, English, reasoning, quantitative aptitude, etc. And this paper 1 will be of 100 marks. The time limit is 60 minutes, and here the cutoff is 30%. Alright, so these are the important information that you need to know while preparing for SEBI Grade A research stream. Okay, so this is all about paper 1, phase 1, paper 1. Now moving to the paper 2 of phase 1. Okay, now one thing you need to understand, that whenever we talk about the paper 2 of phase 1 or phase 2 for SEBI exams, the recruitment process is done for SEBI Grade A officers in 2 categories. Okay, number 1 category is general and others, and number 2 category, that is second category, is for the specialized streams. There comes this research stream. Okay, now this research stream is there for different subjects like economics, statistics, econometrics, or finance and commerce. Okay, and our subject is economics. So in paper 2, our stream is research stream and the subject is economics. And in economics, so the main topic is economics, of course, and under this economics you have separate subtopics, like there is basic economics, that is ISLM, demand, consumer theory as well. Many other things are there. I am coming to that in details. We will be discussing it at the end of this session. Okay, then we have public finance, statistics, we have econometrics and statistics, also some portion of that we have. Then moving to the international economics, where the trade and BOP models are there. And finally we have some financial institutions like IMF is there, World Bank is there, and many other institutions about which we will be discussing at the end of this session. Now whether in phase 1 or phase 2, whenever we talk about this paper 2 in research stream, the subject and the syllabus remains the same. So what's the difference? The difference is the difficulty level. The syllabus for phase 1, phase 2, paper 2 remains the same. However, the difficulty level increases in the phase 2 as compared to the phase 1. Okay? So this is about the exam pattern, and again for paper 2 also the marks will be 100 marks, but the time limit is 40 minutes. And here the cutoff, it is 40%. Okay? And in phase 1, the exam type will be objective type. That is MCQ. Multiple choice questions, you need to select the correct answer. Okay, now moving to phase 2, but before moving to that, let me also give you the basic idea of the cutoff marks, or the aggregate cutoff marks for phase 1, and also the negative marking scheme. Now the marking scheme for phase 1 SEBI Grade A research stream. 1/4 of the total marks allocated to that particular question will be deducted for every incorrect answer. 1/4 of the total marks. Okay, this is how the negative marking will be working. And the sectional cutoff, as I've just mentioned, for the general paper or for the common paper, it was 30%, and for the research stream paper 2, the cutoff is 40. Aggregate cutoff for whole of phase 1 is 40% because of the different weightages given to different papers. Alright, so this is about the exam pattern and the marking scheme. Now moving to phase 2. Okay, so in phase 2 also we have 2 papers and each of 100 marks. Okay, so 100 plus 100, that is 200 marks in total for phase 2. The marking scheme remains the same. Now paper 1, it is again the common paper for all type of streams. It is the common paper, and here the paper is mainly the English descriptive paper. English paper where it is descriptive in nature, and in this you mainly have to write the formal letters or informal letters. Then you have to write essays as well. Okay, so this is all about the English descriptive paper. Okay, and this marks is, as I've mentioned, it will be 100 marks and the time limit is 60 minutes. Okay, and under this you have a cutoff, and the cutoff here is 30%, and here the weightage is given 1/3. Alright, so this is about the paper 1 of phase 2. Now moving to paper 2. Okay, paper 2, as I have said, this is for the research stream. Now, in research stream, just a few minutes back I have said the syllabus remains more or less the same. There is no difference in the syllabus. However, the level of difficulty gets higher when we move to phase 2. Okay, so syllabus same, and here we have 100 marks. The marks also remains the same, and the time limit is 40 minutes, and the cutoff here is 40%, and here the weightage that is given is 2/3, the total weightage. Alright, so that is why in phase 2 also the aggregate cutoff is here 40%. Now you have to remember that you need to clear the sectional cutoffs and the aggregate cutoffs as well, because the more marks, the higher marks you have, of course that is going to affect the final interview as well as your recruitment process as well. So make sure you can secure the highest marks that is possible. Alright, although it is better to have a general view and the general knowledge about the cutoffs, instead of that you always need to aim for the higher marks. Okay, now finally we will be talking about the phase 3, that is the interview session. Okay, now in the interview session, the number of vacancies, whatever the number of vacancy is, 3 times of the number of vacancies the students have been shortlisted according to the merit list. Okay, so if the number of vacancies, let's say, is 5, so 3 times of 5, that is 15 people will be called up for the interview, and that is again based on the merit list. Alright, so the competition is really tough, because you have to be precise in whatever you are doing and whatever you are thinking, whatever you are going to say. Everything matters a lot. Even starting from the phase 1 first question till the interview last question, everything gets counted in your selection process. Okay, so this is about the interview round. And one more good thing is that in this interview round you can pre-select your language, that is either in Hindi or in English. अगर आप लोग चाहते हैं कि आप हिंदी में इंटरव्यू देना चाहते हैं तो आप हिंदी लैंग्वेज सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं, और अगर आप में से कोई भी ऐसा है जो हिंदी लैंग्वेज में कंफर्टेबल नहीं है, then they can go for the English language as well. Okay, so this is how the interview process goes on, and this final selection process, it is always based on the marks obtained in phase 2 and interview. That means in phase 2 and interview, if we separate the weightage, then from the phase 2 85% of the marks is getting counted, and for the interview, from the interview 15% of the marks is getting accounted for your final selection process. Okay, although for interview round, for the selection in interview round, you need to score the score of both phase 1 and phase 2 are taken into account, but for the final selection process only the marks of phase 2 and interview round are taken into account, taken into consideration. Okay, I hope I'm quite clear on the exam pattern. Now I am also be discussing the eligibility criteria. Okay. Number one of the important eligibility criteria is the educational criteria. So for educational, you need to have a master's degree, that is the post-graduation degree, either in economics or statistics or econometrics or finance and commerce from the recognized university or colleges. Now the age criteria for the general people is that you should not exceed the age of 30. However, there are some age relaxations for the category people belonging to SC. They have a relaxation of 5 years. For the ST, they have a relaxation for 3 years. And for the PWC, if the person belongs to general category, then they have a relaxation of 10 years. If they have PWC and belong to SC and ST, then they have a relaxation of 15 years. And if the PWC person is belonging from a OBC category, then the relaxation is of 13 years. This is all about the age criteria and the educational criteria. Okay, now we will be discussing the syllabus in details. Now for phase 1, paper 1, which was general for all streams, which was common for all streams. There you have the general awareness and the English language, also quantitative aptitude and reasoning. Okay, these are the 4 categories, and this is common for everyone, for all streams. And for phase 2, paper 1, that is the English descriptive one. I have erased that part. Okay, so that is English descriptive paper. In that you need to practice the formal letter, informal letter, report writing, email writing, inquiry letter, letter to editors, notice writing and essay writing as well. So this is the syllabus for the English descriptive part. Now if I talk about the paper 2, for both phase 1 and phase 2, these are the following syllabus. For research stream, we have economics. That is the basic part of economics. Okay, here it comes the demand and supply, market structure, national income is there, determination of output and employment is there, investment function and the ISLM model, Phillips curve, as well as the inflation and monetary and fiscal policy, along with that the non-banking financial system. Okay, so this is about the economics part, that is the basic economics. Next, moving to the public economics or public finance, we also call it. Here also we have the portion from the taxation, incidence of taxation, direct indirect taxes, types of taxes, and followed by that we have public expenditure, okay, and public debt. So these are the topics from the public economics. Next comes statistics and econometrics. The syllabus is from the center tendency, and there is dispersion, sampling is there, statistical inferences is there, that is testing of hypothesis, and then we have regression analysis as well. Then comes the international economics. Here we have balance of payment, foreign exchange markets, role of financial and institutions, that as I've just mentioned, that was BIS, IOSCO, IMF and World Bank. And in the financial market, we have the asymmetric information model, then we have the market efficiency and the primary and secondary market, commodity market, mutual funds market, stock exchange market, and the credit rating agency, corporate debt as well, speculation and arbitrage as well. Although I have given the full syllabus in verbal form, however, if any one of you wants to have the syllabus in in a soft copy, you can feel free to contact us through our official mail ID, that is ecopedia02@gmail.com, or you can also WhatsApp us, and in there by WhatsApp also you can get the full syllabus of SEBI. For WhatsApp number, I hope it's visible on your screen. Do contact us and you will be receiving all the materials that you require at the very minimum time. And I really hope this whole session or this whole video was helpful to you, and I honestly hope that it will help you in your preparation for SEBI exam 2020 as well. Thank you very much for watching this, and keep your preparation on until the next session we meet. Thank you.